Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check this out. We got BNY Mellon in the news. Coil says farewell, but not goodbye. What's going on there? We got Flare. We got Bob Ross from Sologenic and Corium. We got Charles Gasparino questioning the expectations of XRP holders in the SEC versus Ripple. Greg Kidd's going to help us all get back on track here today. And guess what else? We got a Ripple association, someone very close to Ripple, telling us that U.S. reserve currency is in trouble and that governments won't hold the U.S. dollar. Somebody rolled that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter for exclusive content right now. $1.12 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. It's off by 0.8%. Good morning, everybody. Bitcoin, 23,500 plus. Ethereum, 1,600 plus right now. Tether market cap is $68 billion plus, they say. And XRP is 41 cents. Let's get into this. Let me tell you what I did. I did this. You may want to do this. Let me tell you something, what I just did. I just got Bill Fodl from the Privacy Pros. I got a link underneath the video for you to get the best price on one. And let me tell you something, it's amazing. Look, protect yourself. Faraday bags. Yeah, fire, water damage. Nobody counts on these things happening. I don't want them to happen either. But I'll tell you what, I'm getting one in case it does. That's how I'm going to store my words, and I'm going to store my words because I know I'm going to be using my ledger and my stacks, baby. And if you haven't done that, this is a great compliment to one another, especially these Faraday bags and the Bill Fodl right here. Click the link underneath the video. If you haven't got the ledger stacks, get that. If you haven't got the Faraday bags, I just ordered 2 of those for me and Mrs. Backup and the Bill Fodl to save my private keys. Amazing, amazing opportunity. This is a great time to evaluate what's going on. How can you protect yourself? We work hard for our assets. Don't mess around. Click that link. Custodial bank, BNY Mellon, Ripple partner, has promoted Caroline Butler to CEO of Digital Assets. Now, I tell you something. First of all, congratulations to Caroline Butler. But this is, again, you know, in a crypto winter. Ooh, is it cold out here? Let me tell you something. This is what I want to see. This is the stuff that tells me, okay, well, BNY Mellon sees a future enough to promote somebody to be the CEO of Digital Assets. I think I'm on to something. We may disagree about which assets are going to win, which are going to lose. That's up to everybody else. But this is good news to me in a time like this. However, what to make of this? Shout out to Stephen Thomas, early Ripple exec, then went to Coil. He says, this is farewell, but not goodbye. Today, Coil is sunsetting. I would like to thank the team that made Coil what it is, helped create the Interledger Foundation and an ecosystem around it. Of course, I'm sad, but the work continues. He goes on. But I tell you, I have to ask the question here. Is the project being abandoned, or is it being sold to another entity for its pay-for-use model that it worked so hard to create? Did somebody buy the technology, the proprietary tech there that controls that whole, instead of using subscription models? If you use it and view it, then you pay for it. I don't know. I mean, wouldn't this be a great application for incorporating it in something like Twitter or Google, right? We shall see. But, you know, he says it's farewell, but not goodbye. Shout out to Flair and Hugo here, standing here with the gentleman from SBI VC Trade, as Flair puts on an event. Now, shout out to Hugo here. Look, what's going on there, Hugo? Do tell. Are we doing something with SBI VC Trade? Little white labeling with the Flare Network Slayer 1, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But I'll tell you what, right here, you're going to want this. Fascinating. Look, whether it's Flare, whether it's Sologenic, or many other amazing projects, it is watching the growth off of the XRP ecosystem that I find so fascinating. We're here for it. And this little clip right here is Bob Ross from Real Sologenic here explaining tokenization, regulatory compliance approach, and working off the XRP-Ledger tokenization or tokenized securities will be the next bull market. Don't believe it. It's still true. Take a listen.
So, but when you're talking about tokenized securities, as you can imagine, the traditional financial market is heavily regulated, and there is no way that you can completely provide a service in a decentralized manner. But what we have done, we try to come up with a hybrid model. So that means that users, they can actually tokenize assets and stocks on sologenic.com, which is actually the tokenization ecosystem, in a centralized manner. Obviously, they need to pass KYC, they need to pass, the AML screening. So once they are onboarded, and they can actually whitelist their wallet address, and they can start, tokenizing assets. They can start to trading these assets with, within the platform. However, at any point of time, the users, they can transfer out these tokenized stocks to their own private wallet, which is on the XRP-Ledger at this moment. But down the road, we're going to be providing the support for Corium networks as well. Anyone who's trading these assets on the DEX, in order to do that, they have to whitelist their wallet addresses, right? And that means that they need to create a trust line with Sologenic issuing address. In order to do that, they have to come back to sologenic.com, go through the onboarding process, which is obviously KYC and AML screening. Once that step is done, their wallet address is going to be whitelisted, and these users are able to trade these assets, on the decentralized exchange as well.
There you have it. Look, I'm showing you that because why am I going through a crypto winter? Why are you going through a crypto winter? I think this speaks to it. Because I believe whether it's Sologenic or whether it's some other company or Corium or whatever it is, anyone who's bringing KYC, AML, and then bringing real use case of smart contracts and tokenization to a very real market like they are, is going to help support and provide the opportunity for the next bull market in this space, because they're going to solve real problems for very real companies with very real pain points. That's why I'm showing you that. Now here we have very quickly, Charles Gasparino questions expectations of buyers of Ripple's XRP sales. And basically, he continues to weigh in on the SEC lawsuit here. Just very quickly with this, just to show what's happening here. Just want to keep everybody up. He says, per Howie, an asset that is sold becomes a security when the purchaser has a reasonable expectation of profits to be derived from the efforts of others. What profits were XRP buyers of Ripple exec sales expecting from Ripple itself? Serious question as the SEC case continues here. And it's a nice response here from Bill Belisarius. He says, basically, it's worse than that. The Howie case investment contract involved two contracts, and under one, there were obligations on the company towards investors. Ripple contracts, according to Ripple and an expert in the case, did not oblige Ripple to do anything to increase XRP's price. And he goes on, but you get the gist of it right there. We will find out. I'm highlighting this because we need to keep in mind that this is not a criminal case. There is no fraud here. There are no criminal charges here. And what I want to remind you of is what Greg Kidd reminded the Canada Senate of back in 2015. This is what we're really talking about. How do you define the technology that moves value and settles it damn near instantly? Because it isn't just about the token. It's more about the ledger itself, right? That value protocol, which is a decentralized exchange, which can become the world exchange. Take a listen here.
If 2 years from now we find out that Ripple doesn't exist, what's the threat to this system? What could go wrong where this does not evolve as you're projecting it will be?
Oh, so let me be very clear. The company Ripple could go away tomorrow, but that will not have any impact on the Ripple protocol. The Ripple
which is the XRP ledger.
Protocol is like, think about it as like TCP/IP for the internet or SMS for text messaging. There's no like SMS company that makes text messaging between telephone companies possible. So this is just, it really is just a set of technical protocols, just like SMTP is for email. So there doesn't need to be a Ripple company for the Ripple protocol to survive and thrive. It's already out there.
And that's really the truth of it right there. Shout out to Plan XRP for that clip. And what I want to say to that notion is what I've said for a few years now. What the realization of the fourth industrial revolution, the internet of value is, the realization from the creators of these value protocols is that they missed an opportunity when they made the protocols of the internet in its inception and birth in the early days, the internet of information we're using right now. They missed the opportunity to create a token to represent the volume, liquidity, and utility that moves across that protocol. And that is what Ripple has done with the creation of the XRP ledger, which obviously was created before Ripple. But then we have here, Saudi Arabia says opening settled trade in other currencies. We have covered this multiple times, but why is it important today? Because this gentleman sitting on stage from DBS, which does work with Ripple, they have done tests, just so you know. They are at almost every swell. Shout out to Piyush Gupta from DBS. They cited a few years ago in 2019 that Ripple was the cheapest when it come to doing cross-border payments. But listen to what it's escalated to now. Because we can't forget the larger geopolitical, monetary implications of what we're exactly talking about here. And it's moving value across the world, anything to anything, in seconds. Take a listen here.
I wanted to get your snapshot, and we're going to delve into it with our next guest as well. What is the future of money? Because it's rare that we hand over hard cash. Yep. In London, where I'm living today. Yep. Cash is getting less pervasive even here with the dirham, right?
Okay.
What do you see in 10 years?
Okay, that's also a very tough question. I don't have the answer to that, but I'll tell you how I will approach it. One, money as we know it today, and the US as a reserve currency, I think will be stressed. Governments that are not aligned with US policy would start wondering, should I keep US dollars, should I keep US treasuries? And if I don't agree with US, would US then weaponize it against me? So I think that question is in most government mind. Okay, if I'm running any government, that will come to mind. A currency being backed by commodities, a basket of commodities I think would be best. But I don't know if we'll go that way. China has been pushing for that. Now, we have cryptocurrency today, we have stable coin today, we have central bank digital currency today. So there's a lot of question, is there going to be a change? Will the future of money look different? Now, I don't know the answer, but I do know that status quo as we know it, I think won't stay, given all that has happened.
It won't stay.
It won't stay. Yeah, I don't believe it'll stay the same. How does it move forward? I don't know. Now, the term cryptocurrency is a little bit of a misnomer, okay? Because crypto, I think, comes from the Greek word that means secret. And currency, if you are money, you must satisfy three rules. You must be a unit of account. That means I can measure, you can, price it. You must be a medium of exchange. That means it's widely acceptable by everybody. And it must be a storage of value. So cryptocurrency is really a digital token, So I think it doesn't satisfy the first two, a unit of exchange and medium of exchange and a unit of account. So it's not really money per se,
Well, I was wondering, and maybe I'm just being too simplistic, but it could almost be like the ECU, which preceded the euro, right? It was a trade-weighted basket of currencies.
Yes.
Couldn't you evolve to a cryptocurrency that we could agree on with 10 of the leading currencies of the world, and that's our instrument?
I haven't thought about that. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. If it's tied against a basket of currencies, I'm not so sure. If it's tied against a basket of commodities, maybe. Because I don't think anyone wants to be beholden to any other countries or block of countries.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So tell me.
Yes, it is interesting, isn't it? And understanding that the XRP ledger is the world exchange, wouldn't you have the biggest basket of commodities on it that you ever could? And if you made a stable coin off of all of the things on the ledger, wouldn't that be exactly what these two gentlemen are talking about here at the World Government Summit? Look, not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.